we start off, my previous Road to Kingdom update video, episode 2, has unfortunately been blocked on copyright grounds on behalf of CJENM, which is why it no longer appears on my channel. I assume that they did this because I used footage from the most recent episode of Road to Kingdom in my video, and they didn't like that very much, which means that I unfortunately can't use any footage from the show here. I will just be using pictures of the groups and maybe other clips that I won't get in trouble for, so please don't get mad at me for the lack of Road to Kingdom footage. I would show it if I could. If you'd like to see highlights from the show, or see the performances that I reference in this video, make sure to check out Mnet's YouTube channel. Once again, I apologize. I hope that didn't bore you too much. On with the video. Now, we are back with the third episode of Road to Kingdom, and the results of the first round are a bit disappointing for me, to say the least. Last week, we got to see 5 out of 7 groups perform, that being Oneus, 2, Very Very, Golden Child, and On and Off. Today, we witness the final 2 groups perform, the Boyz and Pentagon, previously earning 1st and 2nd place respectively in the preliminary round. Each group was tasked with performing a song by a senior group of their choosing, and once completed, 6 members of each group ranked the other groups from 1st to 6th place, excluding their own. The results have come in, and here are the rankings. In 1st place, we have the Boyz, and in 2nd place, we have Pentagon. In 3rd, we have On and Off. In 4th, we have 2. In 5th, we have Golden Child. In 6th, we have Very Very. And in 7th, we have Oneus. So, honestly, I do think Pentagon and the Boyz did great. Block B was one of the first groups to get me into K-pop, and Taemin is still my favorite soloist to this day, so seeing Very Good and Dangerous being performed certainly filled me with joy. Each group put their own twist to the songs, and the Boyz even told a short tale alongside it. This cape part? Cool. This jumping part? Even cooler. The chairs and table? Looks fun. I thoroughly enjoyed these 2 groups, and I believe that they deserve to be in the top 3. But you know what? Oneus should be in the top 3 as well, and I honestly don't see why they're not. They did it. They told a story, a meaningful one of success and hardship, bringing light to a serious overlooked societal issue hidden right beneath our noses. Their outfits were unique, matching their school theme. They were perfectly choreographed, in sync, did a great vocal cover, had hidden messages, a fight scene, flips and kicks, and so much more. Not to mention the philosophical questions that the performance makes you ask yourself. What is violence? Can violence be justified by violence? Last time I checked, no other performance had this much depth and layers. This is beyond what most groups would even attempt to tackle. It's brave and it's daring. Again, I'm not dissing all the other performances, of course, I liked them too. I'm just pointing out what distinguishes Oneus from the rest. I honestly cannot see why they didn't score higher. They got 7th of all ranks. This has to be a joke. I genuinely cannot fathom it. As for YouTube views, they got the 2nd most out of the first 5 performances, and Oneus is also currently ranked at 3rd for the new Road to Kingdom K-pop profile, right under, you guessed it, the Boyz and Pentagon, who keep ranking 1st and 2nd. It's clear that Oneus is really popular, more so than many people think, and it's evident that they have immense talent and skill, and, dare I say it again, they use their screen time to shine light on a serious real-life issue. You'd think that that would at least get them in the top 3, or at least not last. I've truly been pondering all day what it can be. You've already heard me go on about how great and unique their performance is, so I'm honestly just baffled. Honestly, at times like this, I just ponder the reliability of these voting systems, or perhaps just Mnet itself. In other words, I doubt that bias is actually out of the picture. Another thing that I wanted to point out is that the boys decided to dub themselves the Phantom Thieves and use Phantom of the Opera masks in their performance. Now, does anyone remember that Oneus's preliminary performance was titled Phantom of Oneus, in which they also wore Phantom of the Opera masks? Interesting. Kind of similar. Now, I know some of you may be thinking that just because Oneus used that concept doesn't mean that other groups can't, and of course that's true, but that still doesn't change the fact that Oneus used the concept in the preliminary round, and the boys used it only the following week. And not only that, but when Oneus used that concept, they scored 6th, but when the boys used it, they get 1st? I don't know, it seems a little bit off to me. No disrespect, just something to think about. Anyways, before I get too much hate, let's discuss next week, round 2. Each group will have to create a performance telling their own stories, using their own music. And then, the group with the lowest cumulative score from rounds 1 and 2 will be eliminated. Pentagon performed already, going first, with On and Off, Golden Child, Oneus, Very Very, 2, and then the boys to follow. While the first round winners were determined by solely the contestants, the results of round 2 will be determined only 30% by the contestants and 70% by online voters, so make sure to vote if you can. Oneus really needs our help and support right now. And if YouTube views and K-pop profile votes are even remotely accurate, us Two Moons are certainly able to use our size and devotion to Oneus to play our part. On a final note, Pentagon's Jinho has officially enlisted in the military as of May 11th, and so the group decided to have one final performance of their iconic song, Shine, before his departure. Choosing this as their round 2 song, it was an emotional roller coaster for sure, especially since they decided to give one final gift to Jinho prior to his departure. They narrated their love for him on the stage, projecting loving gestures on the big screen behind him, with leader Hui breaking down in tears. The members sang him emotional lyrics from one of their songs, and suffered many tears as they tried to finish the performance and say their farewells. Yes, I definitely cried. In moments like this, I think we all need to come together and sympathize with what Jinho and the other members are going through. I truly do hope that his service goes smoothly, and that Pentagon are alright without him.